Apple Music has 6.5 million paying customers. Consumer Reports takes back the nice things they said about Tesla's Model S. Facebook starting to treat ads like instant articles, and more. It's Tuesday, October 20th, and this is Crunch Report. Hello everyone! Apple Music launched 3.5 months ago, and we're getting to the end of a lot of those free 3-month trial periods for anybody who signed up right away. So the question is, who decided to keep paying Apple a monthly subscription fee for Apple Music? Well, looks like a lot of people. On stage at the Wall Street Journal's live event last night, CEO Tim Cook said that the service currently has 6.5 million paying customers. Now, potentially they could have a lot more very soon. 8.5 million people are currently still using the free trial. Apple said that it had 11 million people on the trial back in August, so that's about a 50% conversion rate to paid customers. Now, Apple Music's numbers are way behind a company like Spotify, for example, which has 20 million paying customers. But Apple Music is also a lot newer. It isn't available on Android yet, and it has no free tier. Music subscription numbers are a little tricky, though. Of those 6.5 million paying customers Apple has, how many of those people just forgot to cancel their free trial? I am one of those people, by the way. I know it's easy to do. I paid for a month that I didn't realize until later. It'll be interesting to see if the subscriber numbers keep rising or flatten out. In other Apple announcements, Cook also says that pre-orders for the new Apple TV are set to begin on Monday, with shipments likely to be sent out by the end of next week. The new Apple TV has better Siri integration, a touchpad remote, TV OS, and a dedicated app store. The 32-gig model sells for $149, and the 64-gig is $199. In late August, Consumer Reports gave Tesla's Model S P85D electric sedan a perfect road score. In fact, it scored higher than 100%, saying that it performed better in our tests than any other car ever has. Now, for a 12-year-old company, that's how old Tesla is, that's pretty insanely good. However, in a sort of shocking about face, Consumer Reports now says that the Model S has a worse than average rating in a new annual report about the predicted reliability of new vehicles. Now, as you can imagine, Tesla shares were way down, around 10.3% down on the news. It rebounded a little bit, ended the trading day down about 7%. But when you're a $25 billion company, that's still a big drop. Consumer Reports claims that in interviews with more than 1,400 Model S owners, an array of detailed and complicated maladies were reported. Issues with drivetrain, power equipment, charging equipment, the giant center console, body squeaks and rattles and leaks, things like that. Now, in a statement to TechCrunch, Tesla responded, quote, "Consumer Reports also found that customers rate Tesla service and loyalty as the best in the world. Close communication with our customers enables Tesla to receive input, proactively address issues, and quickly fix problems." And Consumer Reports does echo that somewhat, saying, quote, "Despite the problems, our data show that Tesla owner satisfaction is still very high. 97% of owners said that they would definitely buy their car again." Have you ever noticed that Facebook just really wants to give you everything you'd ever need in a social network or anything online so that you just never leave Facebook? I assume that you have. One of the few ways that you still do get bumped out of Facebook, though, is if you click on an ad. Today, Facebook rolled out instant articles to all iOS users and also launched an Android beta. But you know what else loads inside of Facebook? Ads. Facebook used to call them immersive ads. Then they were called the ads canvas. But you can pretty much think of them as instant ads, which immediately display inside Facebook rather than loading in an external browser. Now, instant ads can show off things like animation or carousels or product catalogs, tilt-to-view images a lot more quickly than they display in a browser. And Facebook does this by pre-caching the marketer's content so it appears immediately when users tap on the ad. And that, of course, lets advertisers get a lot more creative with multimedia content that won't be laggy. This all ties in nicely to Facebook's new buy buttons that let you buy products you see within feed ads with a credit card you conveniently have on file with Facebook, so you never have to visit a merchant's site ever again. Now sit there and enjoy your walled garden, people of Earth, because you ain't never getting out until you decide that you like something better than Facebook. Let's move on to an older friend. That's Yahoo, which reported its third quarter performance with Q3 revenue at $1.23 billion and earnings per share of 15 cents using adjusted metrics. Both were short of analysts' expectations, by the way. Yahoo was initially down in after-hours trading on the news, but rebounded somewhat on some other news that Yahoo and Google have agreed to a new search deal. More on that in a few minutes. Now, Yahoo splits its revenue into two categories, search and display. In the third quarter, Yahoo's search revenue was $509 million, which is up 2% from the comparable year-ago quarter. Display revenue was also $509 million during the same quarter. That's up 14% from the year-ago period. Yahoo sold 8% more ads and also was able to charge 8% more for those ads. But the company also spent $223.22 million in Q3 acquiring traffic. That's a lot higher than the $54.18 million it spent in the third quarter of 2014. So spending is up as well. Yahoo didn't address the potential tax status of its planned spinoff of its Alibaba stake, which will impact its value one way or another. But back to that Yahoo-Google deal that I mentioned. Yahoo has reached a search agreement this month with Google. It's a 3-year non-exclusive agreement that covers both mobile and desktop audiences in the US and worldwide. Reminder that Yahoo CEO Marissa Mayer was a Google executive for years, so the partnership isn't a huge surprise. But it does raise an interesting question of what happens to Yahoo's current search deal with Microsoft that's been in place since 2009. In fact, it amended that deal to make way for this new Google agreement earlier this year. Now, as for Yahoo's future in the search world, mobile search is still what everyone is after, but we're still in sort of the Wild West days with mobile search. There's not a clear victor. It's not even Google. Now, Google recently reported that mobile had surpassed desktop searches for the first time, but there's still a big question if advertising is becoming healthier on mobile devices overall. And that is the report for today. Thanks for being here. I'm Sarah Lane. Crunch Report airs every weekday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, right here on TechCrunch.com. We're also on iTunes and on YouTube. We hope to see you in one of those places. We'll see you here tomorrow.